high school. He guided the Eagles to the 4A state championship game in 2014, the first state title game appearance for Easton since 1958. He played at Sarah Reed and at Louisiana Lafayette, and coached previously at Sarah Reed and at Mandeville. Warren Easton faces Archbishop. Well, listen, Archbishop, listen to me. Archbishop Carr, right? Yeah. Face set in the car in a 9-4A showdown Thursday night at Pan American Stadium in what should be an outstanding football game. Please give a warm welcome to Warren Easton head coach Tony Hull. Tony?
First of all, I want to thank the quarterback club and Mr. Trahan for having me, and I want to thank you also for what you do for high school sports in Louisiana, state of Louisiana. It's second to none, and the coaches and the players, we truly appreciate what you do, the coverage you give, and the exposure you give to our kids. Next, and they're not here, but I want to thank my Warren Easton Charter Board and my principal, Alexander Melly, for the opportunity they've given me, and also my coaches. It's too many to name. However, this thing starts off with those guys. It starts off with my coaching staff. The more they develop as coaches, the more the program develops. The more the kids develop, the better our program gets year in, year out. Currently, right now, we're 7-1. Our only loss came from week 2 versus Evangel High School in a battle on the border event up in Shreveport. We lost, I think, 21-6 or something like that. But our defense caused 7 turnovers. Just offensively, we just couldn't get it going. The one thing about football that I love is that it's a copycat sport. So once our offense sputtered versus Evangel, I knew weeks 3, 4, 5, and throughout, everybody was going to copy what they did and try to emulate what they did. And we were able to make adjustments and fix our problems with what schematically Evangel did. And the rest has been history. But the one thing about our program this year is everybody here is Warren Easton. They talk about how great our offense has been. But our defense is the catalyst. Our defense is what's spearheading our season this year. I think we're averaging, giving up something like 9 to 10 points a game. We're averaging 4 turnovers a game. So our defense is playing some really good football. Last year was a great year for us. The good thing about last year was everyone talked about how talented we was and how great the program was because of the talent. The bad thing about last year was everybody talked about how talented we were. And the reason we were was because we're so talented. So the kids this year took it upon themselves to try to dispel the rumor out there that Warren Easton is only good because of talent. Before we started this season, we only had 2 or 3 kids committed to Division I scholarships. And as we started winning and as we started being successful, people started to notice and want to come back to see what we had, and they're starting to notice that it's not about talent, it's about our program and our processes that we have into developing kids and young men. There's a serious misconception, fallacy, if you want to say, about in the coaching profession, about the coaches from the New Orleans area. That misconception is that the schools in the New Orleans area only went off of talent. That's a nasty misconception that needs to be put to bed. Mr. Trahan knows and everyone knows that I think it has to do with the coaching and the development of young men in the New Orleans area that has us successful throughout the years. You can't win off of talent alone, and hopefully we're doing a job of putting that rumor to bed because there are some great coaches in the New Orleans area that do a tremendous job, and if they were talented or not, they would still be successful. When we first started the year out, people talked about how this was a rebuilding year for us and how we weren't going to do as well. And I'm sitting back thinking, and I'm like, well, hold on. Every year you guys don't say John Curtis is going to rebuild. You expect Curtis to be competing to win games year in, year out, and win championship year in, year out. So me and my coaches took that and we used that to build upon. You know, we don't want to have a program at Warren Easton where people figure we have a good program every year or every 4 years. We're trying to, you know, all due respect, we're trying to be the public school John Curry's in New Orleans. We're trying to compete for it year in and year out, develop good young men of good character that's going to graduate, that's going to not only get to college on an athletic scholarship, but to stay there. We take pride in that. We had 12 guys last year signed, only 3 redshirted. Out of those 12 guys, we don't have a negative report about their academic status. We don't have a negative report about their character. We don't have a negative report about them handling their business the day in and day out off the field, and we take pride in that. And that's what we want to develop at Warren Easton and continue to develop at Warren Easton High School. One of the other things we haven't done, and Mr. Trahan might frown upon this, we took it upon ourselves to make sure it was about Warren Easton this year and not about individual accolades. So we don't send any stats out. There's not a media outlet that has a single stat on Warren Easton this year, and that was for a purpose and for a reason, because the kids decided they didn't want stats and accolades to get in the way of what we were doing this year. Now, let me say this, the guys last year did a great job of keeping the accolades and the attention focused on the team and not themselves. But the seniors this year decided, Coach, don't send anything out. And, you know, we decided to do that. I'm going to do it, though, after the end of the car game. And the stats are going to be surprising. You're going to be astonished about the kids we have and the numbers they put up, because it's no longer a secret. We take pride in what we do at 3019 Canal Street, and hopefully we can continue to do it and we can continue to win it. It's going to be a great game Thursday night versus Eastern High School, who's the most underrated team in the area. On film, they're probably the best team we've seen all year. And yes, we played Evangel. Yes, they're good. Yes, but Edna Carr is an extremely underrated team that's starting to play really well right now. So hopefully we can become successful and keep going and see where this thing goes.
Questions, anyone? Raise your hand if you have a question. We'll give the microphone to you.
How many players do you have on your team that you think is going to play Division I?
This year coming up,
Yeah.
or just overall?
Overall.
We have about 10 to 12 this year. We're going to have about 9 to 11 next year, and hopefully about maybe 16 the following year. We have a really, really good freshman class. So, you know, it's a tribute to our program and how we develop kids, but also how Warren Easton developed kids as a whole. Coaches come to Warren Easton because they know they're going to qualify. They don't have to worry about them going to class. They don't have to worry about them doing those things. They're going to qualify, and they're going to be good kids. You know? And that's just a tribute to Warren Easton itself. How we got successful football-wise, I went and spoke with several teachers at the school who has a high success rate when it comes to kids passing and doing well. And you know, the one thing about those teachers and the model at Warren Easton, we don't allow our kids to fail. So they're constantly on those kids' back and making sure they do everything possible. So, you know, that number that I just yelled out was because A, we're developing kids, and because B, we've developed a reputation, a brand of producing high academic kids that can qualify and that can go on to college and stay there.
So are you in favor of steering them to stay in state?
Well, my number one player of all time last year stayed in the state of Louisiana, contrary to what people believe. I'm in favor of kids going somewhere where they can be successful. My job in the recruiting process is to steer all the knuckleheads away, all the individuals who I don't believe have the best interests at heart for my kids. So that goes to schools where if there's not one New Orleans kid on your roster, New Orleans kid on your roster, well, you can not have a special interest in making sure this kid is successful, and you don't have to come back here. You know, one thing JT taught me is you hold coaches accountable to their word, and you don't let them come back if they don't maintain their word. So that's what we do at Warren Easton. So it seems as though we send a lot of kids to the state of Louisiana because that's usually the schools that have the best interest, but we're open to them going anywhere as long as that school has the best interest of our kid at heart.
Anyone else?
Coach, how much experience do your kids have when they get to one of these football seasons?
It varies. It varies. Some kids play a part their whole career. Some kids, this is their first time playing football. We had a kid, and then we always talk about this, Kendall Franklin, who led the state in sacks last year, and he's at Arizona now. Kendall Franklin came to us as a 5'5", 140-pound, Coke bottle wearing glasses quarterback who couldn't spell football. He never played it a year in his life. Well, by the time he graduated, he was 6'2", 240, and playing linebacker DN, and he looks like something you called out a magazine. You know, so it kind of varies. We have a plan in place for each kid who comes from different backgrounds, and we just follow those policies and procedures and dealing with them to develop them into, you know, a ball player. Not everybody's going to play college ball, you know, but everybody's going to go to college or go to the armed forces. You know, the school itself has had 100% graduation rate in the past 8 years. That's the school. That's not football. So you can imagine how our teachers at Warren Easton are on top of our kids to make sure that they're, you know, doing what they have to do to be successful. Any other questions? Thank you guys, appreciate it.